Marvel Rivals devs allegedly baited leakers by planting fake heroes. We have been had, hoodwinked, and bamboozled by the developers themselves. That's hilarious. Imagine getting trolled by the devs. So the other day we had 5 more characters get leaked to us for Marvel Rivals after the latest update. With every update, data miners get to go in and check out the new lines of code, and with any luck, they'll find something good. They did. We found Beast, Gambit, Nightcrawler, Rogue, and Jubilee. And according to the game's files, these were all characters that were going to be upcoming in Marvel Rivals, but it seems like that might not actually be the case. And you know what? I actually felt like there were way too many X-Men characters getting leaked over every other Marvel character that's out there. And I was thinking to myself, if they're only going to be dropping 2 characters every season, this is way too much X-Men. We've got a whole lot more Marvel to cover than just this. So where is this coming from to begin with? Well, out on the Marvel Rivals Leaks Discord server, this user Keone, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, they put out this post that said, "Hello, it's come to our attention that the devs have set up fake characters to catch leakers, not only the ones in the code, but potentially inside sources too." Kang will probably explain this more as we go on, and Kang is just another user, not the Conqueror. But here is the current list as far as we can figure out. And they provided this screenshot that showed the potential real characters versus the plants, and almost all the plant characters are the recent X-Men leaks that we got. Now, just to cover my own ass, because I have to do it, take all of this with some skepticism. We don't know what's real and what's fake. We don't know which of these leaked characters are actually coming, if any of them are coming at all, and there is some disagreement within the leaker community about which ones are real and which ones are fake. It's up in the air, so we're gonna keep an open mind and just try to have some fun with it. Looking at that screenshot that was included, we can actually see which ones they think are real and which ones they think are plants. It seems a lot of the initial leaks that came out seem to be real, so we're talking about Ultron, Blade, Jean Grey, Emma Frost, Captain Marvel, even Hitmonkey, surprisingly. The Hood, Deadpool, MODOK, a lot of those initial leaks, it seems that those are the real ones, but the plants seem to be mostly these X-Men characters. Cyclops, Professor X, Colossus, Jia Jing, we got Gambit here, there's Nightcrawler and Beast and Jubilee. So it seems, according to this anyway, that a lot of the more recent leaks are the fakes. There was a follow-up post that said there's no proof to suggest that any of those characters are fake. The only reason they think that is that it's based on a pattern of a bunch of new characters being dumped in all at once. We're only being cautious and not confirming or denying anyone's existence because these characters are in the code for anyone to see, and that is true. We've got hero tags and ability tables for almost all of these characters. We've got one for Gambit, there's one for Nightcrawler, Rogue, Jubilee, Beast, Professor X, Jia Jing, who was part of the other round of leaks, including Paste Pot Pete, Colossus, Locust. These are all in the game files. They are actually in there, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be playable characters in the future. These could just be red herrings set up by the game developers, and that's what these leakers are assuming. Again, there's no proof one way or the other, it's just the sheer amount of leaks that we've been getting. And like I said earlier, there's a lot of X-Men characters. We've got so much Marvel that we could cover, and they seem to really be focusing on the X-Men. I would actually be surprised if some of these ended up being fake, because some of those on the list are really iconic characters. I mean, we're talking about Cyclops, Beast, Professor freaking X. I mean, those are huge names in the X-Men universe, so it would be a missed opportunity at least if they didn't come into the game. So it's kind of surprising to see them on that fake list. Then we also have to consider just the sheer amount of work that would have had to go in to fake this. It kind of seems like too many steps to take just to troll your fan base. You know what I mean? Like, why go through the effort of writing out all this code, putting it into the game files, and releasing it knowing that data miners are going to find it? Just what, to have a laugh and poke fun at the community for being obsessed with this stuff? I mean, it seems like a little bit too much just to fake it. And that's why a lot of people, including a lot of data miners, think that no, these are actually authentic. We very likely will be seeing all of these characters. It's just a matter of when. We already know that every season we're going to be getting At the very least 2 characters. It seems like that's what they're shooting for. We may or may not get more in upcoming seasons. We'll have to see about that. But with this many leaked characters, I have a hard time believing that we'll actually see all of them. And that's why I personally think that some of these are fake, especially some of the more obscure names like Paste Pot Pete. What business does he have coming into the game before the likes of Cyclops or Professor X? You know what I mean? Obscure characters are not outside the realm of possibility. I mean, we've already got Jeff the Land Shark, we've got Squirrel Girl. There's those obscure ones in there already, so it's not like getting Pete is impossible. To me, it just seems highly unlikely, especially when compared to some of these other really big names. That would be kind of cruel, wouldn't it, to tease somebody like Cyclops just to say, "Ha, psych, you're not getting him." I guess that's one way to piss off a fan base, but one way to make a fan base happy is to eliminate cheaters. And I also wanted to talk about this in the video because this technically has to do with the leaks too. So cheating is apparently an issue. Ha! Who would have thought an online multiplayer game has cheaters? Imagine that. And NetEase is taking some active steps to try to eliminate them. One thing that they're doing is they're really cracking down on mouse and keyboard inputs on console. So if you're on PlayStation or Xbox, but you're trying to play with a jack that lets you hook up a mouse and key setup, then look out. A couple players have already got banned, and beyond that, they're also really cracking down on stuff like aimbot and wall hacks, and they're taking active steps to protect the players who are playing fairly. This screenshot was found in the latest data mine, and it's talking about a cheating player being detected. This isn't in the game yet, but as far as we can tell, it will be eventually. This is a match terminated screen, and it says here, "The cheater has been punished, and this match will be invalidated. Nothing will be recorded on the career page." And you know, I think this is a really good way to protect the players who are playing fairly and honestly, because that would suck having something go against your record just because you lost to a cheater. I mean, how's that fair? I could see it go the other way, actually. Imagine that the cheater really sucks at the game, and even if they have cheats, they're still getting destroyed. What if you're playing honestly, but the cheater actually loses that game? Will that match still be invalidated off your record? That's kind of something to think about. I'm wondering if that will be the case. I'm not sure how advanced that system is going to be, if it's actually going to check for who won, who lost. I don't even know if it's going to be able to detect the cheater in real time and terminate that match before it ends. Just something to think about. I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here, but we'll have to see how it goes. On the whole, I think this is a good thing. Cheaters are not welcome in any online gaming community, so I really appreciate the devs taking these active steps to try to stop them. What do you guys think about this? Both the cheating thing and the possibility of some of these hero leaks being fake. Which characters do you want to be real, and which ones would you not mind if they weren't actually coming to the game? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be all from me for today, guys. Make sure you thumbs up the video if you liked it. Consider subscribing and getting notified for more Marvel Rivals content. We are on the road to 150,000 subscribers. It would be great if you could help me get there. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, this has been Star. Keep shining, baby.